welcome back to
Risas Con
Con
FE.
FE. I'm Faby.
And I'm Evelyn.
We have a special guest today. Yay! Okay, introduce yourself. I'm Anna. Hi. This is my sister Anna. We invited her to the podcast today. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm 24. I have a 18-month-old, and I'm married.
If you guys remember, if you saw last episode, I mentioned Dulce AF, and this is my business partner. So Dulce AF comes from Anna and Faby. So yeah, this is her.
Hi.
What do you guys do? Like, what's your guys' role in your business? Like, what are you in charge of? What are you in charge of?
I usually purchase stuff and make deliveries, but I feel like we both kind of do that.
No.
Like we both kind of are like in everything, but I be on social media.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
So when I message you guys, who's the one texting me?
It's usually Faby, but sometimes I do.
Okay.
Sometimes it's Anna too.
Yeah, but I mean like posting.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the one. I usually post on stories. I don't really make like posts. It's her that make a post.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I make the post.
Yeah.
What made you guys decide to open that, or like what inspired you?
Well, do you want to know the tea?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
So I've always had like a passion or a liking to baking and decorating cakes and stuff. So I worked at 85. That was like my dream to be like a cake decorator or whatever. So that's what I ended up doing, and I was there for like 3 years. And then I tried to leave. Well, I did leave. But I left and I started my business, my little small business, because this was the time where everyone was doing their business. So I got really inspired and I decided to do it. So I did it, and guess what? I went back. I started working more, so obviously I didn't have a lot of time towards like my business, and I slowly just didn't do it as much. I would only like do sales and strawberries, like chocolate covered strawberries and stuff during like Valentine's Day and like major events. Yeah, major holidays. And yeah, so then after that my sister was like, oh, let me help you. So she did help me. We got together and we started Dulce AF, and then we broke up. Well, she broke up with me, and she ran off and she started her own page, and I was like, and then we squashed the beef, and then we started again.
It all started back in 2023 when I saw that my sister would do her sales, and I feel like she wouldn't be consistent, and I feel like I would tell her like, oh, like let's do it together, let me help you, like I feel like we could be better like if I helped you. And so she agreed, and that's when we made Dulce AF. And then we had like an argument, or what was it? Was it an argument? I don't even remember what it was. A disagreement now.
Yeah, about like the cakes.
Yeah.
About whether we should have cakes in Dulce or no.
Yeah, we had a disagreement, and I feel like it was putting like a strain in our like relationship as like sisters. So I was like, let's just stop, like drop it, because I don't want this to like come in between us as sisters. So I told her, I was like, let's just not. And then, but I still wanted to do like the baking, like I still wanted to continue. So I was like, you know what, like I can do my own thing, you can do your own thing. After we broke up, I made my own page, Con Amor y Sabor, and I had it for like 2 weeks, and then we squashed the beef, and we became Dulce AF again. And we've been Dulce AF ever since. Do you guys want to talk about your weeks? How did your weeks go? Anything happen during your week that stood out, or?
Yeah. I think I had a rough week this week, but I think like when I do have my rough days and stuff, I pray a lot, and it does help a lot. But I was just texting Faby yesterday because I have a lot of anxiety and panic attacks. But she's like, put some worship music, which I did, and it helped like right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I read my Psalms 91. That's my go-to. But yeah, I think I need to learn how to be thankful and stop complaining a lot and stop stressing because it doesn't help. But yeah, it was a rough week, but I'm excited for the upcoming week.
I don't know. Well, yeah, we had the Bible study, which was really nice because I feel like more and more people are like joining, and it's like crazy because we just like started doing that, like, and I feel like, I just like thought like, and like I had a thought in my head that was like, see, like when you are finally like obeying God, like how many people you could have impacted like 2 years ago, kind of just like, sorry, kind of just like that thought was like, oh yeah, like when you don't do your calling, there's people missing out because you're not walking in purpose. So yes, not being obedient. So it was so nice to see, and I was like so happy to see everyone come.
Right. What about you, Faby?
For me, the highlight of my week was Bible study. I love getting with the ladies and talking and hearing everybody's story and seeing that there's people that you can relate to. It's just good to know that there's other fellow Christian ladies out there, and that you're not alone and you can share. And
yeah, it's good to note though there is two of the women there that are Catholic, and it's nice to like, because we believe in the same thing, and and it's nice to know that no matter what religion you are, we can come together.
I love that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like at first, like I was thinking, not right at first, but after like the first Bible study session, like I felt like, man, they're all married. But now it's five of the women are married, and then the other two we aren't. So
Abby's not married either.
Oh, 3.
Yeah. Abby and Kitty.
So it's 3 of us. Oh yeah. So like at first I felt like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not married, but no, it's cool, like, because I'm learning a lot. I think we learn a lot about each other, and like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it made me see like, dang, like y'all go through that. Oh yeah, it made me feel like, dang, like y'all going through that. That's crazy. Me too. Like realizing that like, oh, like people actually, even though like, cause like for example, my friend, like there's things that she had discussed in the group, and I didn't know, but I was her, like I'm her friend, so it was nice to know that like she was like, she felt safe enough to like, talk about some things that she was like dealing with, and I was like, wow, like if you wouldn't have said that, then I wouldn't have known. I feel like sometimes people who aren't expressive, which I feel like that's a lot of people are not expressive with their emotions, like until they get to the right place, or not in the right place, but in a comfortable zone, they're able to like open up. And I felt like the topic that we were talking about, like being a good wife and how we should be a good wife, really like hit home. Especially for me, because that week I was not a nice wife to my husband.
Yeah, we're learning and growing, and right now I can't relate to those things, but I will soon.
Soon.
Jesus.
Evelyn single, guys.
Applications are
accepting applications.
Only if you're a godly man.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
Only.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, that's another thing. My dating life is a shit show, you guys. No, I'm kidding, but no, God is amazing. He literally,
God is good.
Yes, he is. He says he is not for you. Let me remove him right away.
ASAP. That's crazy how he works sometimes.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna say like the basics. I went on a date yesterday, and I was so excited when I got home. So I texted Faby, and right when I was sending her a picture of my date,
because I was like, who is he?
Yeah.
What's his name? Let me see.
Yeah. And as soon as I sent a picture of him, God said, "You thought."
Yeah.
And And that's it. Less than 24 hours.
Less than 2 seconds. 0.2 seconds.
0.2 seconds. World record. But I'm glad he has my bag. He has my bag, and praise the Lord. 2 Sundays ago, we got baptized.
Yay!
And I was super happy.
Me too, yeah.
When Faby and her husband went up, I was crying.
No, stop. Were you?
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
How did you feel like when you guys were going up?
It was so fast. It happened super fast. I just remember seeing Ronnie and I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening. Like, I gotta take off my watch. I gotta take off everything. And then when he got dunked, I was like, dude, it happened. And then it was my turn. And then I feel like him being there, and because he went up first and then he got to be in the tub and like baptized me. I feel like that was super sweet. And then we stayed and we saw Evelyn. Mm-hmm. And because we were like back to back. So it was Ronnie, my husband, then it was me, and then it was Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like the first 3 to go. And I don't know, it was just like really wholesome.
Yeah, it was. And I got a lot of water in my nose. So, because I didn't even think about,
covering your nose.
Covering my nose, even though they told me.
Yeah.
But you're so excited. I wasn't even like listening until I watched the video back. I was like, he did tell me, But yeah, it was cool. I liked it. And then we went this last Sunday to celebrate.
Yeah,
it was fun.
We went out to celebrate. We had sushi. We went with Ronnie's cousin that also got baptized that Sunday. And it was a good time.
Yeah, it was nice. Mm-hmm. And then
we were dying laughing.
Yeah. We were talking about Daddy Yankee.
Oh yeah, one of the topics was Daddy Yankee. And did you know that he became Christian?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and he was saying how, or there was rumors, I don't know if he said it, but how he was gonna like stop using Daddy Yankee. And use his legal name, which is Ramon Ayala. I was like, ain't no way he can't use Ramon Ayala, because if you Mexicans know, Ramon Ayala is el rey del acordeón. You guys know him, right? Ramon Ayala?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
So that you cannot say. Just kidding. We were talking about Farruko. I mean, Daddy Yankee, Farruko they're icons in the reggaeton music industry, and now they're Christians.
Yeah,
and they sing to the Lord and worship the Lord.
Yes.
I love that.
That's awesome. But then we were talking about how Daddy Yankee's wife divorced him because he became Christian, right?
Well, maybe not because of that, but like it's crazy how that happened and then they divorced. Like, suspicious activity.
Very sus.
It is. And then she was trying to take all his money. After all the years, like, girl. And I mean, also we don't know what happens behind closed doors, so we can't really judge like that. But
so did you guys hear about the shooting at the Adventure Dome?
I didn't.
No. So apparently it happened 2 weeks ago, and they said so the thing about Vegas is the city is built on tourism, right? So of course the news is never gonna report what really happens. So there's always like a mix of things that happen. So for the shooting, there's people saying that there was a girl killed. There was people saying that there was like multiple people shooting. They also said that it was just like teens being like annoying and just like shooting the gun in the air. So I didn't get a clear answer as to what really happened at the Adventure Dome. And the Adventure Dome, if you're not from Vegas, is like a theme park. It's an indoor theme park, and I used to go there when I was little, when I was a teenager. I can't imagine a place full of teenagers and then like that happens.
That's so scary.
Yeah. Super scary. It's like basically one of like the few family friendly things we have here.
Yeah.
And like to hear about it like being shot up is
Yeah.
so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so scary. And like
Yeah.
I've taken Delilah's been there a few times. Imagine she's gone on school. She went on one school field trip there. Imagine I'm
Really?
not there and that happens. I know, but I mean it can happen anywhere. But it's really sad. And I also saw like recently that Florida lowered their firearm age to 18 from 21 to 18. It's like they should make it higher, 25. But it's really sad because that leads to like more mass shootings and I don't agree with it, but what can we do?
Yeah, I feel like 18 is way too young.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you remember yourself at 18? Like, can you imagine like being able to buy a gun at that age? Like,
I remember I felt grown,
yeah.
and I wasn't at all. And now that I look back and I'm like, oof, girl, you thought. Like, no, absolutely not.
Absolutely
Like,
not.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
a good age for a firearm is 25. Like, I think 25, you're already stabilizing your life, you're settling down, you're not partying too much. You know, maybe, but
I agree. Yeah, definitely. I feel like I don't know if you I was telling Anna the other day that your frontal lobe develops once you turn 25. Yeah, so I agree. I feel like 25.
it's a good age.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree with firearms, like you safely, you know, if you need to take some classes, take some classes. But yeah, 18 is ridiculous.
What do you guys think?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments.
Delwyn? Oh, that torta guy. What? Have you seen that? We have like a hater. Well, I don't know.
It's a fan.
Yeah.
It's a fan. Number one fan.
Okay.
Our number one fan. He watches all our TikTok reels
Really?
and leaves me
Yeah, he or she left.
torta guy. What do you think? You better not be a torta either, because oh my god.
He's probably a pambazo.
Nah, for real. We were talking about that when we went out to sushi too.
Yeah, we were cracking up. Stuff like that. I was bullied growing up by my family. Shout out to my family for making me stronger.
Your comments.
Yeah, they're really nothing. No, and we were talking about that how most Hispanics like bully you growing up, but like I feel like that made me stronger because when I went to middle school and high school, it was nothing. Like they tried to bully me, and I'm like, that's all you got? Like, ain't no way. You have to be like a whole different level of sad or miserable to go on someone's anything, social media and comment stuff like that. It didn't hurt me. I was cracking up. Like, like I love tortas, first of all. But we do want to know, like, what torta are we? Because I love, like, tortas cubanas, so please.
I mean, why couldn't...
Yes.
Yeah, like, why couldn't we be milanesa or asada or something?
yeah.
Why had to be frijoles? Like, I feel like that's so basic.
Literally, like, disrespect. But what are your guys' favorite tortas? Tortas are so good, but I love
tortas.
But actually, talking about tortas, I used to be 265, so excuse you.
I was gonna say.
Disrespect. I'm just being.
I was gonna say we should talk about that. I feel like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was 265, my biggest. It was like, what, 3 years ago, maybe? And so it's due to a lot of stuff. Like, I have a weak stomach now, so I can't eat much things. And then I have vertigo, so, like, I'm dizzy all day, and, like, sodium triggers it. So I have to watch my sodium intake. So I can't eat a lot of, like, processed things, or, like, I mean, packaged things, sorry. So they're already, packaged stuff has a lot of calories, and so I'm not eating that anymore. So I've lost a lot of weight because of that. I can't eat like spicy food, acidic food, so I can't eat that. So I've lost a lot of weight. Now I'm 164. So I know I'm so proud of myself because it's been hard, but I think it was a blessing in disguise because I was getting super big. Like I was half of my 600-pound life. I'm just kidding, you guys. No hate. I mean, no hate to nobody, you know. But I just like to joke. We like to joke, and and it's okay to joke about yourselves.
So then, what did you do? Like, what's or how did you come to the point where you were like, I'm like so big, like I can't do this anymore, or like what was that trigger or motivation for you to like lose weight?
Well, I had no choice because I couldn't eat anything anymore. You know,
Oh, okay.
like it, also if I eat a lot of sugar, I wake up nauseous the next day. So I had to stop that. So slowly I like started my own diet, which to this day I'm like I don't even know what I can have anymore. So I eat so much less. Like, yeah, I eat my 3 meals a day, but like not compared anything at all to the big portions I used to eat. Like I was telling them when we went to sushi, like when I used to go to Korean barbecue, I would finish like 3 bowls of rice, and now I can't even finish one. So like I used to eat a lot, but I'm so, you know, I'm glad it happened that way because now, you know, I lost weight and I'm healthier for my kids too. So I'm more active and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like that's awesome. And I'm trying to be like you. I know, seeing your video and like watching, like, because even like meeting you, I feel like when we met, like you've lost so much weight since then.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's very inspiring. You motivate me. Like, no, Evelyn does it. Like, I could do it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think the diet I like the most is calorie deficit because you can eat a little bit of everything. Just watch your calories, and you know,
Yeah.
you're not miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard. I love food.
I know.
love it.
I was telling Evelyn, I'm like, dude, food is my love language.
Yeah, it is. It was
Yeah.
mine too. And it's comforting, like,
Yeah.
like, and before I used to binge eat a lot. That was my eating disorder. I
Binge
didn't
eating.
know I had it, but yeah, I used to binge eat a lot. That's why I gained a lot of weight because I was anxious, stressed, whatever. Happy, mad, sad, eh? But
Let's go
now-
celebrate.
Yeah, but now it's like I can't binge eat because I'll get nauseous the next day. My stomach will hurt or something, so I can't. But yeah, calorie deficit is good.
That's awesome.
And I also go to the gym once in a while.
Yay. Yes, being active.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys go to the gym? How many times a week do you go?
I go whenever Paul isn't working in the morning. Whenever he doesn't open, I'll go with my friend Andrea. So we've been going, and it's been very like motivating because I feel like when I go alone, it's not as fun, but like when I have someone to go with, it's like not even like
It doesn't feel like you're working.
yeah, it doesn't even feel like we're working out. It just feels
Yeah.
like we're, you know, spending time together and just doing an activity, I don't know, together. So yeah, I love it. So probably like what, 3 times a week?
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. With my sister, we were doing good. Like, if I go to the gym, I go with my sister, but we were doing good, and then I got the flu, and then we stopped going, and now we're very inconsistent. But last night we were texting, we're like, no, we have to start next week again. Like, keep going, because I need to tone up and feel like I'm doing something. Because even going to the gym, like, helps with anxiety, stress, and, like, it gives you energy. It really does.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You need to start going to the gym with me.
Sorry, I had to say it. Anna's been trying to get me to go to the gym for like ever. I don't know. I'm just not a gym girly.
Yes, you are. Trust me. Trust me. Like when you start going, you won't want to stop. Have you ever had that? Like when you like start going, like you don't want to stop. 3 years ago, I was like every single day, like I wouldn't even miss like a day.
In your gym girl era.
Yeah, I was in my gym girl era, and I lost so much weight. I was low-key a little too skinny, like a little too tight.
You were buff.
Yeah, I was. I beat my mom in arm wrestling.
What?
But now she beats me, bro.
Dang.
So we need to do that again.
Yeah.
Rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is starting. Yes.
Starting to.
Once you're there and you do it, you're like, okay, I gotta go to the next day.
Yeah, the hardest part is starting,
Yeah.
but then you realize that like you don't need a lot to like it doesn't take too much for you to start losing weight and seeing results, because like right like 2 weeks after, like I started seeing results. Like my body was not like as like
jiggly.
It was like more toned,
Mm-hmm.
and I started eating like a little less too.
I feel like that's me, but on my walks. I like love going on walks in the morning.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like being like in a building and like with the machines. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like
Yeah.
fun to me. Like,
You get like gym anxiety or what?
yeah, with like other people there and it's musty and like, I don't know.
Yeah, and it always smells like sweat.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Disrespect.
and then like you don't know like who touches the equipment. I don't know. I feel like I think about it too much. I don't. It could be just like me making up excuses.
No, but hey,
I don't know.
no, but you go walking, so that's something.
Yeah.
That's exercise.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so Anna just showed us this TikTok where there's these two little kids at a restaurant and they're screaming, and then there's this lady like side-eyeing them.
And mind you, the lady had a kid with her too.
Uh-huh.
So mom shaming.
Sant. What are your guys' thoughts on that video?
I feel like I'm kind of like conflicted, but because that actually happened to me on Sunday, but Kai was throwing like a tantrum. He was crying, he wouldn't stop crying, and then this group of guys were just like staring, and I just stared at them back like, and they kept staring, and I was like, damn, you ain't gonna look away because I'm looking at you in your eye. Like, I was so surprised. But I don't know. I feel like now that I have a kid, I'm more like understanding, because it is hard, especially if you don't want to like raise him like, you know, like using the tablet all the time and like, you know, being on their phone all the time.
Yeah.
So it definitely is hard to entertain them, but also I feel like I don't really care anymore. Like, if there's a kid like screaming or whatever, I just like mind my business, because I feel you, girl.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Whenever I see a mom and she has her baby throwing a tantrum, I can relate. And in my head, I'm like, it's okay, girl. Like, you got this.
Yeah.
But I feel like for that specific video, I don't know. I just be like, there's a time and place for everything, and we're not gonna be screaming at a restaurant. Like, okay, yeah, they did it once because like it keeps going and going. Like, okay, you guys like were at a like spot where we shouldn't be doing that. We gotta be mindful of other people.
Yeah.
But I feel like tantrums and stuff like that, I feel like that's different, because it's like having a toddler, like you can't just tell them when and when not to have a tantrum. Like they're just gonna have it, and it sucks. But
yeah.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. Like, especially dudes. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
And then my mom was just like, just let him cry. Don't pick him, like, just leave him. Because we were trying to put him in the seat, and he didn't want to. We were trying to put him in the seat, like, in the high chair, and he didn't want to, like, he didn't want to sit there. He wanted to sit with us. But then, like, he wasn't letting us eat. And I feel like that's the problem. Like, I can't keep doing that with you, you know? So we put him in his chair, and then, like, he just kept trying to get out, and he was just crying. And my mom was like, you need to teach him how to, like, basically, like, don't, like, not, like, ignore him or don't comfort him. More of, like, he needs to know how to regulate, like, to calm down. Yeah. And then you can be like, okay, come on, like, come here. Which I feel like that's true, because I feel like when they cry, like, when he cries, and he'll, like, if he's crying a lot and he's, like, throwing, like, he's screaming, like, he knows I'll get him, you know? I'm not saying, like, I should ignore him, you know? But I feel like, I don't know, it's just really hard. Like,
yeah, it is.
Because it's, like, I'm in public, and I don't want to just leave him screaming and everyone's just, like, looking at me, because that makes me nervous. Like, I get anxiety, and I'm just,
Same.
like, stop looking at me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying my best here.
Yeah.
So then I'm just, like, okay, like, what do I do? Like, obviously I want him to be quiet, but I don't want to teach him. I don't want to enable his behavior, because it's bad behavior.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously as moms, the first thing we try and do is comfort them and try and correct them if they're throwing a tantrum. But you can only do so much. They're kids, and the smaller they are, the less they listen to you, you know, because they're going to do whatever they want. But if you're not a parent, or even as a parent and you're judging, like, if you're not going to help, don't make it worse either, because we already have anxiety trying to calm them down, or wanting to know what's wrong with them, and you staring is not gonna help.
Definitely.
But also, I catch myself staring, but because I think they're cute, like when they're crying and stuff, like, oh, what's wrong with them, or like, you know, stuff like that. So if I stare, it's because I'm more like oh, they're cute, but not because I'm judging or nothing like that, because I can definitely relate, you know. Mine's 1-year-old, and she's starting to scream even more, like, so.
I always try, like, when I see like a mom, I always try to like give her like that, like, empathetic, like, girl, I feel you.
Yeah.
Like, look. Yeah. Because it's hard.
As long as the kid is safe, you know, nothing's being done to them, they're good.
Yeah, like when I was at TJ Maxx. When I was at TJ Maxx and I was checking out, and Kai started crying, and like, for me, I feel like you can tell like really easily that I'm like flustered and frustrated because my face gets really red and I hate it. Like, I'm sorry, like, it just does. And people are like, she was just like, it's okay, like, it's okay. She's just looking at me. She's like, I have a baby girl too. Like, it's okay, you're fine. And I was just looking at her. I was like, thank you so much. Because the reason why my face gets red is because I feel like they're judging me, even if they're not. Like, just the fact that he's crying and screaming, and I'm trying to check out. I'm trying to do like 5 million things at once, and there's like a long line behind me, and I'm like, oh my god, like, just, you know, like, I feel like I get really, not really bad anxiety, but I get anxious easily.
Yeah.
Because
Same.
I'm just like, okay, you know. So, but yeah, it was really nice that she was not like being mean and judgmental, and it made me feel like it calmed me down. That she was just like, it's okay, like, I have a girl too, like, it happens. And I was like,
so nice.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
thank you.
I don't like when people stare. I will fight someone if they stare too long. Like, why are you staring? You gonna fight or what?
Speaking about fights, tell us about your fights.
My fights?
Yeah.
I never had fights. No, for real, never. No one would ever approach me. They were scared of me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember once in high school, I think one thing that I hate more than bullies, like, to other kids, well, no, that I think is top one, but the second one is like kids bullying teachers. Anyways, there was this girl in our English class. The teacher was the sweetest, like, most helpful teacher ever, and she was so rude to her because that girl was like a popular girl, and she called the teacher a bitch. And I'm like, what did you say? And the teacher's like, Evelyn, it's okay. And I was like, no, it's not. I was like, how disrespectful. Like, your parents didn't teach you how to have respect for people. And so the teacher was trying to calm me down. So when I saw her in the in the hallway, yeah, when I saw her in the hallway, I was talking to my friend. I don't know what I was talking to my friend about. And then I was like, oh, talking about bitches. And the girl just fucking looked away. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I don't think people would approach me because of my demeanor all the time. But yeah, I don't stay quiet, and I like advocate for people who, you know, are like quieter and stuff. Like, how are you gonna pick on someone like that, or a teacher that you know is not gonna say anything?
That's so sad.
It is. And I never liked that girl, and I never will. Hey, I'm just like, I don't know, now maybe she's, you know, not a bully. Who knows?
Hopefully she's safe.
Yeah.
Saved.
Yeah.
Found
What about
Jesus.
you guys? Did you guys ever have fights?
No. I've never fought.
No.
Oh, Nana did. Tell us, Nana.
I didn't fight, bro. She just threw ice at me.
Mm.
Yeah, she threw ice at me. I don't even know why, like, sorry. I don't even know why she didn't like me. Honestly, I didn't really talk to her, but she was like my best friend's friend, and we were all like in a friend group. And it was my ex-best friend. She's not my best friend anymore. But we were, it was her birthday, and we were like at a hotel. And so she invited all of us, and then we were playing like loteria. And then I guess the girl was leaving. And so she was like, she threw ice. She threw ice, and she's like, that's what you get for talking shit. And I was like, what shit? And then she came back, and she like pulled my hair, and I pulled her hair too. And like, we were just pulling hair for like 5 minutes. And then we had like freaking 5 million people try to break us up. But honestly, I never knew why, like, she didn't like me.
I think that's all we have for today, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about anything else?
No, I think that was it. That was a good episode. Thank you for being here with us, Anna. It was so nice having you.
Thank you. It was so nice being here with you guys. Sorry for my awkwardness. It's my first time out here.
No, you did good.
Yes, you did. But
Yeah, that was episode 2 of
Risas Con FE.
Yay.
Thank you so much, you guys. Leave comments again, if any feedback.
Yeah.
Anything you liked about today's episode, and if you related to anything we talked about.
Yes. Make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram,
And of course YouTube.
yes.
Subscribe and like the video. And hope to see you guys next week or 2.
See you next week or next week.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye.